if you listen quietly, we've got the nice sound of the Star Trek door. Everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're working on the 996 Turbo X50, and today's job is a very simple DIY job that you can do at home, and that is replacing the struts on the front bonnet, or the frunk, and the struts on the rear boot lid. The rears tend to fail because there's a lot of heat back there. The front give up probably a little bit later, maybe a year or two later, but both of mine have failed. And it's a simple case that when you lift it up, it generally hits you back in the head, which isn't good. So I will show you the simple steps to go through to replacing both the front and the back. Okay everyone, so we are back at the frunk of my 996 Turbo X50. And today's job is to sort out the struts that hold up the bonnet, or the frunk bonnet, and also the ones at the rear as well. So here are the items that I'm going to replace. So the two shorter ones will be doing the front, and the two longer ones will be doing the rear hatch. And I have opted for Magneti Marelli struts. I know there's a whole bunch out there that you can pick from, but those seem to have the best ratings for what I'm looking for. And you can see that I had, I think Strabalis, I think they're called. There you go, Stabalis. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, they have a rating of, I think you can see there, 560 newtons on the front and 220 newtons of pressure within the strut. So ultimately to lift this thing up and hold it there. So this one, you have to push right up to the top at the moment, but if I let it just come, then there, it just falls. So it requires the new ones ASAP, and also the rear ones with the rear hatch. Obviously with the engine in the back, things get pretty hot back there, so they tend to sort of fail after a few years. And what happens is, because of the rear hatch, and I'll show you as we go around, because of the angle of the rear hatch, it sort of sits up quite high anyway, so it sort of locks itself in. But as soon as you try and move it like that, that will just drop and of course hit your rear bumper and locking mechanism with quite a force. So it's pretty useful, I'd say, to get these changed as often as you can, as soon as you feel it not holding the rear bonnet up, to get this sort of done ASAP as well. So this one has a plastic cover and a few wires that are attached to it. They're pretty simple. They're just sort of clip in and clip out. And I'll show you, I mean, you can see the sort of clip there. You just put a screwdriver in, flick that clip out, and then literally pull, and job's a good one. So these come with the pre-installed clips as well. So everything is nice and simple. It should be no more than a 5-minute job. So let's get on. Okay, so we've got the new one fitted on the left hand side, and I just wanted to give a bit of a top tip on this. So firstly, these clips that you see here that just slot in, on these you might just be able to see there's little recesses for the clips to sit through or clip through as you slot them on. And you can keep the clips just at the top of those recesses because they won't interfere with the ball joint that these actually slot onto. So it saves the clip sort of flying away or getting lost, or maybe, you know, while you're trying to fit everything together, you know, try and reach for it if you put it down somewhere. So just be aware that they exist and it's easy to do. And also for the bottom one, because it's very, very hard to try and slot the clip in over the top once the ball joint is in. So you want really the clip to be situated before you do the job. The second thing is have a bit of stick, a bit of wood, in this case a broomstick, just to hold the bonnet up, because as soon as you release one of those struts, the bonnet will come crashing down and no doubt hit you on the head. So it's, yeah, just a top tip there. We'll get on to the second one now, and that will be the front done. Okay, so new front struts have now been fitted and they are looking all good. But the main thing is that we now have a bonnet that does not drop. So when you hold it, it springs up nicely, which we want it to do. And if you listen quietly, we've got the nice sound of the Star Trek door. So now we have to go on to the rear of the car and get those ones done. Okay, so we're at the back now with the engine, and you can see that this one has a slight cover on it that we have to remove. So it's a couple of plastic clips which is holding some of the wiring, which goes up to some of the mechanism and fan unit at the back. And then this one is just a straightforward one like the front. So let's get on and start removing these. Okay, so we've now fitted the new rear hatch struts, and as like the front, you pull it down and you get that nice sound of Star Trek as it lifts back up and holds itself in place. So, job is a good one. There we go, everyone. Nice, easy, simple DIY job at home. As I said, it takes literally 5 minutes to do and saves you a bunch of money. So it's one of the jobs I've been wanting to do for quite some time. Now it's done, I'm going to move on to some of the bigger jobs. So if you like these types of videos and the things that I do on some of the cars that I work on, please do consider subscribing and following me on Instagram. And the next videos will be along very soon.